Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Connor Knowles, and this is their Nerdic Gods podcast, episode 126. Joining me, as always, Daniel, never related.
What's up, gamers? Rest in peace, James Caan, the legend.
Who's that?
James Caan, you don't
Who
know
was
James
that?
Caan?
No,
He's
I
a famous
didn't.
actor.
Okay.
The one that always he was an elf. He was the dad in Elf. The one that I always get is Misery. He gets that ankle broke in Misery.
Oh, that guy. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I know what you're talking about now. Also joining us, Steven Sims.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm okay. I was listening back to the last week's episode. Remember the Pringles debacle? The Pringles debacle. So
Was
you
it
guys,
a debacle?
you guys couldn't hear the crunch.
No, we told you that.
But
It did come through on the
It did come
audio
through, and
part,
let me tell
yeah.
you, that crunch was some good crunching.
That was pretty fucking disgusting, honestly.
I'd like us. I don't know if anybody's seen this, so I want to share this with you, and I want you to watch the most awkward moment in video game history. Would you like to share that with me?
Yeah.
Do we?
Yes. Right. So
Okay.
I'll do this. Transition over. Boom. 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 Now everybody.
This
can
is
see
the most
this.
awkward moment in video game history.
Have you not seen it?
I don't know what you're talking about now.
Okay.
Have not
right.
seen this.
Can you
Is
see
this
it? How can you see?
I can see it. Yeah.
I can see
Can you
it.
hear it?
Yep.
Okay. Right. So for context, right?
Hang on,
So-
shut up.
I've heard this story.
Yeah, so you've heard the story. So for context, they're streaming on Xbox, doing some Avengers stuff. This content creator is with I forgot, he's one of the devs of the game, of the Avengers game. So they're just chilling,
He works for
having a great.
Crystal.
That's
Yeah,
right.
he works for Crystal.
So they're just chilling, having a great time. And then my man just starts yakking. Now I want you to watch the guy on the bottom's face. Okay,
The guy on the bottom is the developer?
Yeah, just watch.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you should Yeah. Yeah, you should if you have
Nope,
an
we never
NDA
announced She-Hulk.
and you should not, if you're anywhere near that NDA, don't say anything. Just you say nothing. Or like
His
very-
fault though, right? Like,
What's
I mean,
up?
he just heard from his acting coach that because that guy's
No,
not
no,
the
no.
developer, right?
Yeah, but he definitely was NDA'd. He's working with Crystal with this. I mean, if you're NDA'd at all, like don't say anything.
I don't think he has signed an NDA about something he probably doesn't know.
I'm not sure.
Who knows?
Doesn't
But
matter.
it's
Like, does
so-
anyone give a fuck?
I mean,
okay,
Crystal
great.
does.
You guys got She-Hulk. I'm shocked they're still working on that game, honestly. I just find
it's
it
probably
funny
a
that
small
that guy had a little therapy session there about not getting acting gigs.
So funny. Honestly, I died
poured his
for
heart
him.
out there.
He was so upset. So yeah, that was that happened. The guy, the dev was just like, stop talking.
Well, Sims, are you excited for She-Hulk and
No,
Marvel's
man.
Avengers?
Why do I need another Hulk?
No.
Why do I need another Thor? Put the game in the bin. Put it in one of them.
Oh,
Get
this
rid
is
of
it. This is
Get
it.
rid of
Wow. The biggest Avengers fan in the world just said
It's
that.
just stupid now,
over.
isn't it? Like,
It's
it's
over.
just fucking. He's dead in it. Let's face it.
Weird they're still working on that after did the Embracer thing go through yet for them? Is that why they're still working on it?
Yeah, I think that thing went through. Yeah.
I'd imagine, I would have thought they would have just like cut all ties then with that game.
No, I mean there's still probably contracts that they signed to release certain characters and content or something.
Sure.
Especially
Anyways,
because
guys,
it's through Marvel.
this is a video game podcast. We'll now move on to the news because it's been another busy week in the world of video games. But before
Very
that, I'd
busy.
like to remind everyone to subscribe to us over at youtube.com/nerdicgods. You can also find us on all audio platforms. And we'd thank you very much for that. Anyways,
Yeah.
guys,
Give us
first
a
up.
little, give us a little like.
Yeah, go ahead. Hit that bell too, or whatever. I don't know what they say. First up, after what feels like years of rumors and speculation, God of War Ragnarok has finally got a release date of November 9th, 2022. Guys, we did it.
So yes,
job.
they were going to announce it last week, and then they pushed it. So
They
it
pushed
was literally 1 week.
Y'all sent too many dick pics, ain't that right, Sims? And
Damn
it's just
right,
like, they're
man.
like, fuck it, you guys ain't
PSAs,
getting it for
man.
another 2 days now. But guys, we're here. It's over. This can finally end. This fucking whatever happened with this game. I'm sick of hearing about it. Yeah, we got the release date, November 9th. We all happy?
Yeah, I think we kind of with all those rumors. Yeah, it seemed like it was going to land in November. They've also showed a CG trailer, which I thought was a little weird. I don't really need like a CG trailer, but they showed that, and then they also did the unboxing of the collector's edition, whatever they're called. That
Yeah, they showed off 2 different collector's editions. One of them's called what's the hammer called? What's Thor's hammer?
Mjolnir.
Yeah, that. There's that edition, and then some other edition. No prices yet released on those, but yeah, a bunch of little shit in those collector's editions.
Get the hammer. Go around trying to recall it, see if it works.
It won't.
It won't.
Maybe it does. Maybe that's what's cool about it. Costs like $2,000.
Ooh, yeah, it's like no more than that. It's like $1 million.
Yeah, $1 million. Okay, worth it.
Yeah, worth it.
Sims, November 9th.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Weird date, man. So I'm trying to sort
it is
of
a weird date. It's on a Wednesday.
Yeah,
Check
that's
online.
it, man. I just tweeted out like weird Wednesday release date, and we're not happy about it. Like Wednesday's no good, man.
Yeah, I don't like it
No
either.
good. Like
My least favorite day of the week. It's like
look,
Anarchy.
let's just
guess-
throw darts at this November like calendar and just see what it lands on. Wednesday.
Yeah,
I got to ring on sick
Wednesday,
now.
guys.
I got to ring in sick on Wednesday now. Like that's the big issue for me.
I do that because I'm not going to beat it on Wednesday, so I'm going to have to call in on Thursday, and then I'm going to have to
Exactly.
call in on Friday. And
Friday,
it's
yeah,
like,
like-
you motherfuckers, look what you did.
Look what
You did this.
You did this, Corey. You did this, not me. Yeah, November 9th. I don't know. It's I'm kind of shocked it's coming out this year, I'm being honest. I don't know. In my head, after a while, I just kind of was like, nah, it's going to 2023.
And they kept saying it was, so I had
Yeah.
no reason really to believe them it wouldn't. But
Yeah.
at this point, unless it has a date and it's out, like there's no reason to believe it is. So I understand your point.
I was gonna say, I kind of there's a chance in my mind that like it still gets delayed again. Like
No.
they kicked the February. I can see it. I don't know, man. Rack in all these pre-orders. You know what I mean? Then come like September. Nope. Actually, it's coming out in March. Guys, have fun.
Yeah, let's throw everything in spring.
Yeah,
It has been a
Sure.
RoboCop trailer.
has nothing to do with God of War.
I'm just
Imagine Kratos versus RoboCop.
No,
Yeah, I'm
I'm
sure
not
that's
being
probably
funny.
modded in
I'm
there
not
already.
being funny. But if Kratos got no chance against my man RoboCop, okay? He is a robotic cop
Mm-hmm. With a gun,
with
Okay.
a gun.
big gun.
So he's an asshole robot. Great.
Oh,
It's exactly what the world needs.
Mm-hmm.
exactly. What
Yeah.
the
I guess not too much more to say on it then. God of War, November 9th.
Yeah,
We're all looking forward to it.
definitely. In that they have an awesome shot of Kratos and Atreus looking up at Fenrir.
Giant
And
wolf.
Fenrir is huge, man. Way bigger
Yeah.
than I've seen him in a lot of
I've not
media.
seen
So
this
I like
trailer.
that they're making Fenrir very intimidating.
He was
That's
in
really cool.
Thor Ragnarok, right?
Wasn't as big as this.
Yeah,
at least
not
in
even
this
close to
trailer.
this. So
Yeah.
that wolf is like supposed to kill Odin, right? When Ragnarok comes, is that how the story goes?
I don't know that. I mean,
I
what
think that's
kicks
what it was
Ragnarok
supposed to-
off is Loki killing Balder, but other than that, I'm not too sure more of what actually happens in the lore.
Yeah, I can't
could be
remember
right.
exactly what it
Does
was.
that mean we're getting Fenrir on our side?
Yeah, I
is that
don't
what
know.
you're saying?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Are we going to ride Fenrir? Is what I'm asking. Really?
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of random questions going, not random, but like, they set up a lot of stuff at the end of that first game and a lot of things they're gonna need to answer in this one, especially with it we know they're not making a third God of War game in the North series. So there's gonna be a lot of wrap up, a lot of answered questions and stuff in this. So excited to see it.
Gotta get that Thor fight. That's what I'm excited for.
Yeah. I assume we'll get multiple Thor fights. They're leaning very heavily into Thor, like with the hammer being in the collector's edition and stuff like that. So
Got a pretty decent sized actor to voice him too. So
yeah, Ryan Hurst. Yeah, he was in that unboxing video of that.
Yeah.
And he was there doing it.
Oh yeah, I see you showing it.
Are a burden too heavy to bear.
Well, now I'm just watching the trailer. Look what you did.
Probably don't want to do too much.
Try
audio
not to. I'm trying to sort something.
Yeah, cool. All right, we'll move on then. November 9th.
I still didn't watch
We're
it.
looking forward to it.
I'll put it up for me.
Yeah. Next up then, Halo Infinite is getting a week-long beta for its 4-player co-op campaign starting on July 11th. Hop in there. Everyone can play that. Here it is, finally. A co-op campaign. Took a while, but we're here.
Yeah, I don't know if they said the actual full release of the campaign co-op, but yeah, I guess. Like I'm in the camp of, I know a lot of Halo players probably don't want to hear it. They just need to give up on the game. Like I maybe do some multiplayer, keep the multiplayer going, but I don't want DLC for this game. They don't need to keep doing all this extra work to this game. I just want to move on to the next game. But it's cool they're putting in campaign co-op. I know that it was a challenge for them to do it because it's open. But yeah, seems like they figured out how to do it.
Yeah, it's weird, man. It's because I want all this stuff, right? But like I wanted it at launch when I was into the game. I want a co-op campaign. I would have loved to play through that with you. Like that would have been really fun. I think we all would have had a great time. But I'm not gonna go back and do that now. And same thing with like Forge. I love messing around with Forge and Halo games, but who knows when they're gonna add that in at this point? And by the point they do, will I even care? So it's just I'm in the same boat as you. Like I probably won't. I'll pick up Halo Infinite now and then. I mean, I still have it downloaded. Like I'll still jump into multiplayer matches here and there, but yeah, I am kind of with you. Like just move on to Halo. Was it 7 now at this point? It's like
they didn't name it 6, but yeah,
it's
call
just,
it 7.
Move on. I don't know. I hope they learn from this. Like have your shit ready at launch. I mean, obviously you can do DLC and have multiplayer maps and all that stuff, etc. But your mainstead things like co-op is a mainstead thing in Halo. Like that should have been there at launch. Same thing with Forge should have been there at launch, but. Yeah, I don't know, man. Sims, you got anything?
I wouldn't mind playing the co-op.
Would you though? Like you're telling me, like co-op comes out this fall, and there's all these new games, and you're like, yeah, I'll go play Halo again.
I don't know, like that's the kind of way I'm at with it. I was like, I wanted to play the campaign when I first started it, but it felt like more Halo, and I thought, oh, maybe it might be fun with people, but. I don't know. Like, I just don't like Halo, do I? Like, I'm just not the right person to be even having this conversation with. Like,
I mean, you're not really an FPS guy.
Just yeah, and even if it was like, if I was going to choose an FPS, it would be COD, and that's just for a campaign. And when I say COD, I mean Modern Warfare. Like, I mean,
you're getting that.
I just played Cyberpunk, and like. It didn't bother me that much, but I wasn't really.
That's just because it's not like a pure FPS. You get other things you could do.
Yeah, I was just punching people.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, fun, good. Like I don't know, like I wish I wish this Halo stuff would have been much better. Like I mean, they seem to have had their stuff together. Like let's release the multiplayer a couple of weeks early, and everyone was dead happy, and the delay was it sounded it was the best thing that they could have done, and. It come out, it was coming out with all these caveats of like, there's no this, there's no that, and we're just like, what's going on? What was this game going to release like a year before what was it going to look like in 2020? Like, what was it going to look like? Do you know what I mean? What is it going to look like?
It just would have been scoped. It just would have been scoped differently. I mean, they didn't have. I think at the time they didn't have Joseph Staten, right? So, they had somebody else there. It just would have had a different scope to the game. Whether that's good or bad, I think it would be too much
by
to
the
just
sounds of
say
it,
it would have
been
been bad,
It
right?
would have been like, I think it would have been the death of Halo. Like as dramatic as it sounds.
No,
like,
I think that's too crazy. I don't
there's
think
so many people like they've had so many chances, and it doesn't seem like there's like.
I mean,
even
Halo
this
4
hasn't
was a great
really-
game.
Yeah, but people don't talk about Halo 4 like they talk about Halo 3 or Halo 2 or even Halo
Well,
1.
yes, of course. But
Well, that,
I think it could have been the end of 343's run with Halo, but I don't think it's like
Yeah,
nothing
all
ever
right, yeah,
dies.
fair
You know
enough.
what I mean?
No,
like,
of
yeah,
course.
like even if that game failed like extremely, like okay, just don't make another Halo game for half a decade, a whole decade, or whatever, then bring it back and people will be hyped. You know? So yeah, I don't know. It's not like anything dies. I feel like you're either at the point where like me and Daniel are, where like you're really high on the game when it first came out, and then it was over.
I still love that game. But
I do too, but like it's like we're just done with it now. You know,
Yeah.
like there's really nothing that's gonna bring me and you back except for a random multiplayer match here or
Yeah,
there. You
that's
know,
it.
or you're at the point where like you're waiting on more content for this, and I get it. They have to fulfill those fans' needs. You know, like they have to bring the co-op and Forge and all the other stuff they promise. So. Yeah, I don't know. I think Halo Infinite, it's going to have a long tail too. Like, I won't be surprised if this game jumps back in like a couple years and people love it again, you know?
Sure. I mean, they 343 supported the Master Chief Collection for a long time. I mean, they're still supporting it. So
Yeah.
Like,
And then look
they'll
at the
support
gap
it.
between 5 and Infinite, you know, like that was what, 6 years? 5 years?
it was 2015
Yes,
to
6 years.
2021. So
Yeah.
yeah, 6 years.
Yeah.
Normally,
So,
it's
like,
never that long.
No, normally it isn't, but I wouldn't be surprised if Halo Infinite also has that long of a tail.
It could maybe 5 years minimum, right? Something
Yeah.
like that, or maybe 5 years max. Who knows? Like I mean, Bungie was doing every 3 years. That was their cycle, but who knows? Maybe they'll cut it down. Maybe depends on if they're really doing story content or not, or if they're just going to kind of save
That would get
for
me
another
back.
game.
You bring like a big story DLC in, I'd go play that.
I wouldn't want that personally, but you know,
And not like one of these multiplayer cutscenes, you know, like I don't want that. I know they do that with the seasons and whatnot, but that doesn't.
You want a big expansion? is what
Yeah,
you
like
want.
a DLC for the campaign. I'd go back and play that.
Sure.
All right, cool. Next up then, data miners have possibly found concept art for the 2024 Call of Duty game, leading many to believe the images are of a possible Call of Duty Black Ops 5 or is it 6?
No, it's 5. You put
5?
4.
What did
I
I write?
changed it.
Oh, okay. I
You've
wrote
put
4.
4.
There's a 4.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
What
That
was it?
4
One of the
was the one-
multiplayer only.
Yes, that was
That
4.
was that one?
Blackout. Yeah. So it was 5, or it's whatever Black Ops ish thing. It could be Cold War 2, because that was the last Black Ops.
Oh yeah, you're right. It was Black Ops
Um,
Cold War, wasn't it? What a
mhm.
mouthful.
Yeah, we said that at the time.
Let's add another subtitle onto that too.
Black
you know?
Ops Cold War. Stealth.
Pre-modern warfare.
Cuban Crisis.
Cuban crisis. All right.
Um,
I'd be into that.
yeah, I mean, it's only a few images here. I just thought it was interesting of a story. Like, they're clearly Treyarch is doing something. Like, they've been kind of on the back burner since Black Ops Cold War. They probably helped with Warzone as well. And if it is true, like they are taking next year off, which would be their time anyways, so I guess they're just going to save them for an extra year and ride on Warzone and the multiplayer for Modern Warfare 2. So I'm excited. I always like Treyarch's games, so
Sims.
Call of Duty, not bothered. Sorry. No, yeah, like, I don't know, like it's Call of Duty, isn't it? Like, we're gonna get one every time. Like, I think they're taking a break next year or the year after.
it's supposed to be next year.
So I don't know, like just shooting people in it. That's what people buy this with the PlayStation 5. It's Call of Duty. Just Call of Duty.
don't
Is
know.
that what they're gonna play it on, Sims?
Yeah,
Call of Duty, man. Yeah, I
Maybe
mean,
not at that point. What'd be interesting is this Activision will be in a completely different place by the time this game comes out, right? Assuming the purchase goes through with Xbox. So I guess this Call of Duty won't look any different than with Xbox influence, and maybe some different things here and there, but
slightly will.
Why's
Because
that?
they are going. If you remember the story a little while ago, that Call of Duty as a whole will be going into the Modern Warfare's engine, and they won't be splitting engines between Treyarch's engine and Infinity Ward's engine.
Oh, okay.
They are going just to one unified engine, so it could look a little different for Treyarch on their side, and maybe that's also another reason why they might have another year. But continue.
Do you think we're just gonna end up getting Modern Warfare and Black Ops for like the end of time, or because it kind of seems like that's what they're doing now, or will they go back to making just random ones?
You'll probably get random ones every now and then.
They're just going to keep pumping them out, aren't they? Like, if the game keeps selling at stupid amounts of copies, and especially, you know, hypothetically next year, when it comes out day one and there's over 50,000 downloads on the Games Pass. Well, you know what I mean? Like, as long as it keeps pumping out numbers, they're going to keep making these games.
Definitely.
That's it. Like, so you're going to get Call of Duty Flower Power and Call of Duty, you know, that, you know, war. You know what I mean? You're just gonna get all these Call of Duty.
Just war. Just war. I like
Call
it.
of Duty, you know, Invasion, Call of Duty, you know, I don't know, man. Like, is it even news? Like, there's always gonna be a Call of Duty. Always until
Call of Duty subtitle Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
It's time to call in the duty.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
call
Call
in
of
that
Duty.
duty.
I mean, it's fucking. I don't know. I mean, like, by the sound, like, Warzone's like its own like games as a service type thing. Like, I was just sat here thinking, oh, maybe they just make one Call of Duty, and you know they make it a games as a service and blah blah blah. But why would they do that? Why would they do that?
I mean, they
They're releasing
have
them a
two
game.
teams that are really good. They're going to keep those two for sure. Making
Just
Call
for
of
money.
Duty.
I mean, as
That's
long
Infinity
don't get me
Ward,
wrong,
Treyarch.
the only way these games get any better or any different, if they get different teams, and I'm sure that teams are going to do that. They're going to make one, and but I'm not making another Call of Duty again. And then they'll rejig the team. They'll probably get one bad team, make one bad game, but they'll still sell stupid amounts of money. People moan about it on the internet. It's just FIFA, isn't it? And FIFA and Madden.
No,
and
it's not in the same league.
But they still sell the same amounts, aren't they? Like, it's just.
There's a different level of quality I would associate Call of Duty with.
Fair, yeah,
over
quality, yeah, but
the
it's still
sports
the
games.
same.
Are you
same...
disrespecting FIFA right now?
Well, FIFA's got a good quality. FIFA's
Yes.
a quality game, though. To be fair, like,
I'm not
yes.
shy about it. Yeah, and Madden and 2K, all the sports games. They're just the only one that you could probably say that it keeps a level of quality is probably the show, but all the other ones are, you know, pretty standard. At least Call of Duty is a pretty high quality game every year.
yeah, but I don't know. I'm just mowed at this point. They're just gonna keep making these Call of Duty games, and you know, the kids that just want to play Call of Duty are gonna buy Call of Duty. But yeah, but you're not. You're on a different echelon, aren't you? Like, you're on. Oh, I'll play the campaign, have a good time for about a week, and then move on. But these people will play it, then moan about it, then play
I
it.
used to be that.
Yeah, and now look at you, a grown-ass man.
Yeah.
Yeah, congratulations, you've grown up. How do you feel, Daniel?
My brother's like going to be an adult next year. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
I don't know. I don't know why, but just Call of Duty just gets my back up. Like, it just gets me a bit cross. It's like I did, you know, no disrespect to anyone. Or Daniel's like, oh, there's new leaked images of the Call of Duty. Of course, there's another Call of Duty. Like, it's like me saying I'm going to take a shit in half an hour. Obviously, I'm going to take a shit in half an hour. Like,
Is that obvious?
I guess.
All right. Oh, we all look forward to the next half hour when Sims goes to take a shit. Next up, then. In a letter to fans, Sucker Punch said they have no plans for any Infamous or Sly Cooper games and that no other studio is currently working on anything related to those franchises. Ending rumors that, what's their name?
Yeah,
Pixelopus is working on a Sly Cooper game.
This is where I was going to start with.
Yeah.
Whatever bullshit
There's
was out
my
on the
disappointment.
internet. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, definitely. Because, like, unless they're talking shit, why would they?
Yeah, I just have a quick question, and I'll throw it out there. Like, how would they even know if anyone else is even making the game?
Oh, I mean,
You
it
know
would
what I mean?
all be under the PlayStation family, right? You'd assume they
Yeah,
know.
but that doesn't necessarily mean that everyone knows what everyone else is doing.
Listen, Daniel, there's going to be a WhatsApp group, okay? PlayStation IP WhatsApp group, okay? And there's going to be, what's his face from IGN? What's his name?
Jonathan Dornbush.
No, who's the guy that works at Sucker Punch?
I don't know. Oh, Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield.
Goldfarb.
Lol.
Goldfarb. Garfield.
Lol making lol
Spider-Man himself.
lol making Sly. Are you Pixelopus? Pixelopus like lol maybe. Oh. No, it's
I
bullshit.
bet they all talk. I don't know. I guess it's not
they
like
do,
common
yeah.
knowledge. You don't know what the other studios are making.
I'm
but
sure
like I would
there's-
guarantee like Corey Barlog probably knows what every fucking PlayStation.
I'm
studio
sure
is
there's
I don't
like
think so.
no. I'm sure there's yearly meetings where they all get together. All the big wigs from every team will go to a meeting, a Zoom call or conference call or whatever, and they'll just discuss whatever the plans are or whatever. And obviously there'll be loads of different meetings between different teams and stuff and ideas.
Plus,
pitched
they've
to-
all talked about work. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, it's
but
fine.
they've all talked about working together. Like they, I forget what it was, but one of the animations Naughty Dog straight up made for God of War 2018, and I forget, but it was like they all talk and like work together and stuff. It's not like they're
I'm
silent.
sure there's some level of that. I just don't think that there's so much like everybody knows what everyone's doing all the time. I don't see that.
I'm
really
sure the higher ups
being a
know
thing.
everything.
But
The
they're working
higher
on
ups
these
all
games for
knows.
years. Like, you know, like
Yeah.
one of the studios is probably like 3 years deep into a project we don't even know about. I guarantee the other studio. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
I mean, I'm sure, like, what I'm saying is, like, I'm sure the higher ups of each of these studios all know, and obviously, I bet people who are making the games don't know because that's how leaks happen, don't they? Oh, Jason Schreier's there in your bins, looking at your receipts, or if you bought assets for Sly Cooper or whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? And then
Taking all the
obviously
shredded papers and putting them
that's
together.
it.
Yeah.
That's all I see every time I see a Jason Schreier Bloomberg thing. I'm just like, Jason Schreier's been in some bins for a good couple of weeks and he's found out everything. But journalism,
Eating pizza
man.
crust.
But no, like, I mean, you know, spoilers for later on. But like, I've just listened to the Reggie book, and he goes quite in depth to how like Nintendo was run and like how things were made, how decisions were made, and like you can, you know, listen to in between what his words were. There was a lot of communications, a yearly meeting between Nintendo, what they're gonna do for the next financial year, etc. Blah blah blah. Like, yeah, I'm sure that all the big wigs have their conversations, and they, like, you know, Sally on, you know, art director. She's probably not gonna know that Sly Cooper's being made over Pixelopus because all it takes is she's having a coffee, and then, you know, Jude's over there, and she's like, "Oh, I've heard about Sly Cooper." Sly Cooper's getting a phone call from Dracian, and she's like, "You alright, mate? We heard about Sly Cooper." And the next minute, we got some juicy internet news for us, and then we're talking about it. My kid wants me. You can.
Oh wait, you can go see what your kid wants.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Give him permission to go take care of his kids. No, Infinite Sly Cooper though. I don't know. I guess PlayStation doesn't really need these franchises right now. Like, it'd be. I don't
Maybe
even want these,
Sly.
honestly. Sly, I guess, could be used, but you kind of have Astrobot in that place of like a cute little kid platformer.
You always have more kid-friendly stuff.
Sure, but do they need more? You know, it's you got that, and
They
you got
have a lot of-
Knack. I mean, you got the power
I mean,
of Knack. You know, I mean,
number one.
you need more than Knack, Daniel. And then if PlayStation wants to make another superhero game, they're going to team up with Marvel for that. You know what I mean? They already got Spider-Man, they got Wolverine in the works. I wouldn't be surprised if there's another one announced at some point at a different studio with them and Marvel. So I don't know. I feel like they got both these bases covered for the most part.
Kinda. I mean, even the Spider-Man games, like they're not. There's some adult level of adult stuff in there. Like I think generally they have a pretty mature lineup of games, which, you know, I like because, you know, I'm an adult. But like there's
You're
always
mature.
room. Yeah, I'm mature. There's always room for more kid-friendly stuff, and, you know, like
I just think like,
that's
PlayStation should, if you guys want to make something different, I don't know. I would just rather than like, okay, you got your platformer, you got your superhero game. Let's work on like an FPS now or something like that. You know, let's
I mean,
get
they
that
are
going or
working on
something.
But that was my critique, and they're trying to remedy that with a few of the other like partnerships they've done. I think there's always room for family friendly stuff. I think that's why Nintendo succeeds. I think Xbox. I think Phil Spencer has talked about wanting to do more family friendly stuff, and I think PlayStation probably should too. And I think Sly would be perfect. Like, they were going to do that show as well back in the day. You know, maybe bring a team in and have a team from the ground up reboot Sly. I think that'd be pretty smart.
Cool. All right. Next up, then. Boop-a-doo, boop-a-doo. Forspoken has been hit with another delay. The game will now release on January 24th, 2023. In the update, Square Enix also said that they are in the polishing stages of development. There you go. Quick little update there. We're spoken. Hit again. Another delay.
Yeah, this game, man. This game. It's been. Your mic is muted. It's been delayed multiple times this year. Your mic is muted, Sims. Okay. It's been delayed multiple times this year. It was a cover story for Game Informer, which usually means it's getting pretty much done if Game Informer does a cover for the most part.
What month was
like
that?
Was it May or
May.
April? It was
Was it like
kind
the
of earlier in
month
the year.
before it was supposed to come out? Because it was supposed to come out.
Yeah,
in
so
May.
maybe it was
Yeah,
March or
So
something.
April.
Yeah,
it could be
April or
April.
March. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It was May was the first, and then they delayed it to October. And then getting it delayed again. It's just like, was this game just in that much trouble? Are they changing things, or did COVID really hit it hard? Are they still having work from home issues? I don't really know what's going on there. Square has a lot of games
I think
in
it
the
was,
lineup everywhere. Like,
I'm gonna be busy next year.
I think
they're gonna have a
March.
busy year and a
It was
half.
March.
Go ahead, Sims.
March.
What'd you say?
It was March, I believe.
The cover story?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, they're gonna have a busy year next year. Like Crisis Core probably gonna be December. Then you're gonna get this in January. Then you have Final Fantasy 16 in the summer, and then potentially at the end of next year, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. Like, it's a lot for Square. Kind of just wish they would put this game out, but I guess if it's not ready, take your time.
Yeah, exactly. I just think it's a new IP. I don't think anyone's like really hammering to play this game anyways, so you could kind of just put out whenever you want. January seems like a better date for it than October, because October's fucking packed right now anyways.
True.
So it's whatever. I still think the game looks cool. I don't know about the story still, but the combat looked cool to me. It looks interesting. But yeah, again, I'm one of those people. I'm not like clamoring to play. I'm not like chomping at the bit to get this going on my PS5. But yeah, January seems like a cool date for it. So at least it'll probably be more empty than October. But yeah,
I mean, there's
another delay.
probably
I don't
nothing
know.
else. And
Chalk it up to Corona. How many of these have we done now? It's I feel like every week we're talking about a delay, so it's expected at this point.
there's not much, I don't think, in January that we know of right now. So could be by itself. Which would be
It
good for
is
that
the
game.
same date as the Dead Space remake, which sucks. It's like, come on, why you guys got to go right on top of each other?
Just like days before or days after. Do that.
Do like a week before. Just give me a
Or
week.
a week before.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. I only need a week for Dead Space,
Yeah, it's not that long of a game, right? I don't
Yeah.
know. I thought it was by itself. Great.
No, it's not. It's already busy. Sims, anything for spoken? I know you were kind of looking forward to this game.
Yeah, to be fair, I was quite bummed out. Like I'm trying to read their thing that they thingied. But like for me, it didn't scream like, oh, there's problems with the games. It just seemed, I don't know, maybe it's just they didn't want to eat next to God of War.
They did state in that letter they were talking with their strategic partners or whatever about it. So I was like, I don't. Maybe it's not technical issues. Maybe they wanted to get out of the busy
Square
fall.
Publishing?
Yeah, could be. Who knows? But I'm sure the developers are happy to take another 3 months on it. So
Yeah, polish it up.
yeah,
Because like we talk about all the time, too many games coming out that have too many problems. I get
Yeah.
it. There's a lot of delays already, people working from home and stuff. But if your game's not ready, like, I just keep delaying it. Then, like, I don't want these games. There's too many games that have problems coming out. Too many.
Also, I'm sure Sony's happy because maybe not happy, but they're like, okay, well, this was going to come out right on top of God of War. God of War probably would have, I guess it did have like a good month gap there, so it wouldn't.
Yeah, they probably would have liked it pushed into like the holiday for more PS5 sales. They would have probably really liked that. Because like that's because
Forspoken was going to sell any PS5s, but
I mean, it could.
I
Who knows?
completely
What if
disagree.
it gets like
I
reviews?
completely disagree. I think this game looks absolutely phenomenal. Like, I'm genuinely, if God of War was like delayed and this came out, I'd probably be happier than I am now. If that makes sense. I know I've been clamoring for God of War, but I played God of War, and this looks dope.
Something new.
It looks really fucking sick, and I'm quite upset. If you want the truth, and like I just feel like I feel like it's moved because of God of War. The timing was weird as well. Like God of War, boom, straight away. Here's your date. And then what? Half an hour later, it was like Forspoken's been
It's
delayed.
right around that same time.
Yeah, so it was almost like, oh, maybe that's why, we got a delay for the release date last week, apparently or whatever. So I don't know. And fair enough. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to make some money for Christmas and for the holidays, like you put God of War out, you put out what you know. Like I say, you put Call of Duty out. Do you know what I mean? Like, it says here. Hold on, let me just read it. As a result of ongoing discussions with key partners, as a result of ongoing discussions with key partners, we've made the strategic decision to move the launch date of Forspoken to January 24th. All game elements are now complete and development is in its final polishing phase. So that just sounds like we don't like where it's faced. We've been pushed into this place where we don't like. God of War's there. Like you just said, October's stacked. They've got that Callisto Protocol. I believe, is that a PlayStation exclusive?
That's
as well?
December. No, it's everywhere.
So to me, it just sounds like, well, let's just go somewhere where it's quieter. So
Sure. I mean, yeah, January.
A lot of games going for that same audience right around that time too. Like
but it is
Last
a
of
nice
Us remake
little,
is a
like,
month
it is
before,
nice.
Plague Tale's that month, God of War's the next month. I mean, those are all the same audience, really.
I mean, October's insane, so makes sense.
We eating this year, boys. We eating. Nom, nom, nom.
Yeah.
I've been eating today.
Make that noise, guys. Nom, 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 nom.
Coffee.
Next up, one of the lead writers of Guardians of the Galaxy is now working at BioWare to work on the next Mass Effect game. What's her name?
I forget her name. I didn't.
Let me click in here.
I think
Yeah,
she was
the
one of the
name
ones that
going.
accepted the award, right?
Mary
Yeah.
DeMarle.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Shout out to
There you go.
Mary.
Yeah,
Like,
good job, Mary. She worked
one
on
of the
Deus
best
Ex as well.
superhero. One of the best like superhero narratives. We talked about it last year.
For sure.
Like, good get for BioWare. Kind of sucks for Eidos because I wanted them to do a sequel.
I wonder if we'll ever get it
Not
now.
looking good now. Not looking good.
Oh, sorry. You want to do
Getting one of your
a
lead
sequel
writers?
of what? Sorry.
What'd you say?
What do you want a sequel of?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Nah.
You don't want a sequel to that game?
Why would I want to play that?
Excuse me?
Absolute bag of shit. Like, let me read the book. I'd rather read the book. I would happily read.
You'd rather read a book.
It's just the gameplay was garbage. Like garbage. Utter
was
trash.
garbage.
Put it in
I
the
agree.
bin.
It was
Gameplay
fine.
was bad.
It's fine.
Guardians of the Galaxy would be like the main one if you asked me what's bad gameplay in a game. Guardians of the Galaxy. That was bad gameplay.
I think it's
The story, though,
such-
10 out
The
of
story
fucking
was
10.
great. Yeah, I was like, I can't
Yeah.
wait to get the next cutscene. But I don't want to be playing a game for the cutscenes. If I want to watch cutscenes, I'll watch a movie.
I hear you.
So Mary,
But I like the game so. But imagine a sequel with good gameplay.
But who's making it?
Yeah. Okay. Good
I mean, it still could be.
They
They still could have Eidos, but now they're like losing a big writer. Like, it's good for Mass Effect. See, maybe she can work on like the dialogue or something like that. The banter. Maybe she can lead up that or something.
Yeah. I'm very curious about how far in development this next Mass Effect game even is. I wonder
Imagine
what we're looking at in terms
the
of like
contract.
release time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming.
Title banter lead banter writer.
Yeah.
Imagine putting that on your resume.
I forget what team is what. So I think this is Austin, right? Is this BioWare Austin?
Might be
No, is this
Montreal. Is it
Montreal?
Montreal?
No. This
the
is
main one?
Montreal.
Yeah.
This is Montreal. Yeah. Austin is doing Dragon Age, which we assume is probably next year. So this game is probably another 3 years, which would be what, 2025?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say fall 2025. You're getting Mass Effect.
That's so far. Can't even imagine.
Put it on the book.
By that.
I called that one.
Good
Put it on the
lord.
book.
All right. We'll check in 2025, see if Daniel's correct.
I'll be here. So
I'll be here. Yeah. All right. Cool. Anything else on that then?
no, shout out to Mary. That's it.
You go, Mary.
I want to shout my bin out, man. My bin's getting some attention today. Innit? I want to get some eyes on it. That's
I like how we just shout out Mary and then you
give me-
bring up a garbage
Then
game.
you bring up a trash
I wanna
can.
get some
Like,
googly
alright,
Mary,
eyes
you're
on this
good.
bin.
You're good,
And
Mary.
bin
This
won't
is
be a
comparable.
part. Well, no, shout out to Mary, man. Lead
Garbage
banter
can's so
writer.
tiny, anyways. Like, what do you even get in there? Like 2 tissues?
I do empty it a lot.
shit all over your garbage can. All right, next up, Lollipop Chainsaw is getting a remake next year. Pseudo 51 and James Gunn have no involvement in it though. And we don't know who's
And-
developing this.
No, I think it's the same team.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Uh-huh.
I thought
I think
Pseudo
it's the same.
51 was the team.
Well, I think it's the same team, just a different name. But same devs. They like redid their own team much because it's been a while since this game. And I don't think they got any like the licensing stuff for like the music, so I think they're redoing some music, which kind of sucks. And obviously, Gunn doesn't really need to be involved there. He did the story, but it'd be cool to have Suda back. But I guess he's busy.
Suda's
But
I
it's
gotta
cool.
be honest, I
fucking
didn't
tank.
hear this game until this week. I have no idea what this was.
You never
Oh,
heard of
really?
Lollipop
You-
Chainsaw?
I've never
Are
heard
you
of it.
kidding?
Never
Were
in
you
my life.
ever
I was like,
a
what the
horny
fuck is that?
teenager?
This game was so cool.
yeah,
I
at
never
one
got to
point.
play it.
Mate, this is the ultimate horny teenager game. Oh, this is like,
Okay,
is it
this why.
Jessica Negri?
Yeah, she did that famous cosplay. That's what kind of got her in the map was this
Yeah.
game.
Lolly and then Chainsaw.
So she has a
Cleavage.
boyfriend attached to her hip, and it's just a talking head, which is pretty cool.
And that's her boyfriend.
Yeah, it's her boyfriend's head.
Oh god, I looked up the
There-
cover. Yeah, this is a
So,
horny teenager game.
well, there's an achievement, Connor. You'll love this. Back in the
Ooh.
day, there's an achievement for trying to look up her skirt, and then she like kicks the camera. That's an
I do like
achievement.
that. Yeah.
That's an achievement.
Why
But
would
yeah, it'd
Connor
be
like
cool-
that?
What?
What are you saying about Connor? Connor,
Yeah.
I'm just stirring shit today.
Well, no, I just really like achievement sims. Okay.
Okay.
He's an achievement guy.
Come
He's
on.
an-
Connor, you would
We
really
know
like
about them.
this when you try. Okay, moving on.
I do really
Yeah.
like odd achievements though. So
No, yeah,
it's
Simpsons one,
cool.
wasn't it?
I definitely want to
That's
play
the-
this though. I never got to play the
what is
original.
this? Is it, it's a FPS?
No. It's
just
a
a
third person. Like she has a
Bayonetta,
chainsaw. So it's a third person hack and slash.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Super stylish.
Devil May
good?
Cry.
It's a cult.
get a
hit,
remake.
Yeah.
That doesn't make it good.
Yeah. People really like this game. It just didn't sell very well either. I mean, James Gunn wrote the story, so it's goofy and wild. It's a Suda game. He headed the development, so Suda's just insane himself. So, yeah, definitely want to play this remake though. It'd be cool to have the other one backwards compat, but there is probably a bunch of licensing issues. It seems like with the music.
What was
They
this
couldn't
on?
do that.
PS3 360?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
360
okay.
game.
All right, cool. Well, someone's looking forward to that out there. Maybe I am, and I just don't
Me.
know it yet. Daniel is.
Yeah,
Did you play the original, Daniel?
I did not.
Oh, okay.
I
Well,
missed
then
out. on it.
Daniel is. There he goes. Daniel is a horny teenager. Next up.
Still.
Still.
Forever
I
Even
don't
though
think
we
I
just
did.
talking about how mature you are.
I remember looking at the box
Apparently.
in like video game shop.
Mhm.
Of like
Yeah.
horny teenagers. That's what I thought.
Sims walked into GameStop or wherever the fuck he goes, and
Yeah.
there's just a bunch of kids
Game.
crowded around the cover of Lollipop Chainsaw.
Mm-hmm.
Weird name. All right, whatever. Next up, the Ubisoft Forward event will be happening on September 10th. Getting a bunch of updates from Ubisoft games, probably some new announcements. Guys, what do you want from it?
I want
It's a good question.
Assassin's Creed.
That's what I think we're
Division
getting
3.
for sure. Big thing.
Division 3.
No,
And,
Not happening. They're already working on 2 games. They're not making
Splinter Cell, double pack or Splinter Cell. What's
You
that
will get
one?
what is the name of that team? Massive. You will get Massive, but they'll be showing off Avatar. They will be there.
I want Splinter Cell.
Ooh, they
What's
might
the
show
one
that?
where he
You-
loses his daughter?
Was that Splinter Cell remake or was it a new Splinter Cell?
They announced they're making
I
a new
th-
one.
It was a remake.
Yeah, I think it's like a remake/reboot type of thing.
Oh, okay. One of those.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that
Splinter
being
Cell
here. I don't know how
Conviction.
far they are in development on that.
I want that game.
What game?
Splinter Cell Conviction.
Oh, you just
You can
want
get it
that
on
brought
backwards
forward.
compat.
Yeah, well, that game is
Play
sick.
it.
You know when you're just marking people up, and then you just press the button, you're like, and then the narrative was on the wall. Daughter missing. Sick.
Can I get
Daughter missing.
Rainbow Six Vegas 3?
Oh, I would love
You want
that.
what you want, man.
I know.
Look,
Can I
Ubisoft
get a
was on that
Vegas 3?
stage.
You know?
You're like,
We're not getting any of this, guys.
Just be like, here's Vegas 3. Steve, you did some of that. Like, and is it Enslaved? Did they do? They didn't do it. Ubisoft didn't do it.
No.
We must bring this
Was that
game up.
THQ?
Listen,
I forget
well,
who did
THQ Nordic, they're listening. They're like Amazon. They're listening.
They do.
No,
listen to
well,
us.
it was Ninja Theory, but I'm trying to think of who published it. It might have been a THQ published, but I'm not sure. Ninja Theory did that game though.
I don't remember either. Yeah, as far as what actually will be at this, I think you guys are right with Assassin's Creed. I think where's that rumored
been long enough.
short single player one? You remember this rumor from
both.
earlier? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then there's obviously the rumored one that's becoming like more of a
didn't
live
they
service
say
thing.
on that Assassin's Creed anniversary thing that said they're going to talk about Assassin's Creed's future later this year. So
Is that not a part of this?
this will be in September. I'm guessing they'll bring
It'll
the
be in
Assassin's
that,
Creed,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I mean, Ubisoft.
But
are
anyways,
just-
I hope we see that
Ubisoft.
Assassin's Creed, the smaller single player one. That's supposed to be like the old Assassin's Creed games or whatever that rumor was. That sounds cool. And then whatever in Assassin's Creed, I believe it was called Infinity, right?
Mhm.
The live
That's
service
the
one.
rumored name.
Yeah, whatever that's gonna end up being, maybe we'll end up seeing that here, and that'll be like their last big thing or whatever. They're like, okay, and then here's like the actual future for Assassin's Creed, and we'll all be disappointed
Everything.
by that.
This is what no one wants. Yeah.
yeah,
there you
yeah.
go.
Here's what no one wants, and we're constantly working on. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
And then the Avatar game will surely be there. There's a lot of rumors
100%.
going around that release date is November 18th. I think that's what they're saying.
Really,
something
not
like that.
December? I was thinking December.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw November 18th, and then November 9th is supposed to be. We'll talk about it after this, but Skull and Bones. So I don't know. They could have a very busy fall all of a sudden.
So right around God of War.
Yeah, right around.
Let's
God of
bury
War.
that game more.
Yeah, why not?
But it looks
I mean,
pretty.
you might
What's
as well
the
just
matter?
shit it out so no one ever talks about it again.
Shout out to the last Avatar game.
No,
That
don't
bad
shout that
360
out.
game?
I just look right. I'm not being funny, right? But you go to the movies, you watch a dope film, and you all you want to do
What
is
film
be
did
in
you
that
see?
world.
'Cause it wasn't
No, I'm
Avatar.
just saying, there's loads of
In
films.
2009? What, Dark Knight?
I didn't watch. I watched
time?
Avatar like 2 years later, Christmas Day, best Christmas Day ever. So, but like,
So
let's-
what movie did you see at the
let's set the
theater?
s- I'm just saying, let's set the scene. Let's set the fucking scene, all right? You go to the movies, you watch a banging film, right?
What film?
I don't know any film. Like 10 years.
Name a film.
Short the fuck.
Rush
up.
Hour 3.
Batman
No,
Begins.
don't go see Rush Hour 3.
All right.
Batman Begins was like 2005.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you want to be in that world, you just go to the game shop and buy the video game
Batman
adaptation.
Begins game?
Just so good, man. What a world we lived in. And I watched Avatar.
What a world we lived in. They
I
were
watched
all
Avatar
bad.
Christmas Day
Batman
night.
Begins game was supposed to be pretty good.
I am fucking talking. Christmas Day
Are you?
night. Yeah, right. I watched it on Christmas Day night. I couldn't sleep. I was working nights, so my body was fucked. So it was like Christmas Day night. I'm awake, and I put Avatar on. All right, and I was like, I need to play the game. Day later, Boxing Day, I was down there. Avatar. Played both parts. I played as an Avatar and as a soldier. Banging time. Yeah, bring back video game adaptations. Every developer has to have a mini team to make these games. No, you can sit there shaking your head. You two don't know nothing. All right, I need
license
we
games.
I
know quite a
need
bit.
a Sonic 2
We also
video
grew up
game
in this era.
adaptation.
Yeah. I played that one.
Yeah, no,
Iron
they were
Man
awful.
one. There was a Captain America one. Man, time was good, man.
Look, y'all want to make these movie and TV studios work on video game adaptations? Fine. I don't give a fuck about them anyways. But don't take my video game developers and make them work on shitty movie
Just
adaptations.
little
Don't do
ones.
that.
The trainees, the juniors. You know what I mean? Little Daniel starts as an apprentice. Is like, here's your first project. Work on this. I'd happily play these little junior apprentice like indie like little mini film games.
What are you talking about? Daniel's gonna
I
make
have
a game.
no idea.
What are you saying?
I don't know what he's saying.
Where did you just go?
I need to start drinking this.
Too much energy drink.
Anyways, this Avatar game. I'm kind of looking forward to it. I kind of hope it's just Far Cry, but Avatar
I want
skin.
to know what it is. I want to
Yeah, I want to know exactly.
It
That's what I'm
does
saying.
sound
Like, what if
like-
it's just Far Cry, but
I
Avatar
think you've
skin?
genuinely hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, that'd be dope, right?
My only thing is I want it to be third person. I know they've said
It's
maybe
too late.
first or whatever. I want third, but
I believe they confirmed first. No, I don't know. Whatever.
I'm not sure.
That
I hope
CGI trailer
third.
was first. Yeah, I'm kind of hoping
Yeah.
third too. Just so. Well, it's either it's first person, it's a Far Cry game, or it's third person, it's an Assassin's Creed game.
I mean, it's massive. Well, no, it'd be a massive
your
game
pick.
if it's third person, which is what they do.
Then it's a live service game. What else is massive?
No,
made?
made third-person shooters.
Okay, but
That's what I'm
it
saying.
wouldn't be a shooter. Like, aren't you playing?
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
an
know.
arrow.
That's not a
Third-person
shooter.
melee.
That's a melee.
I'm
game.
just saying they've made third-person shooters, so it could be a third-person game.
Here's what I would want: make it a giant RPG. It's like Skyrim, but Avatar. That's what I want. Give me that.
Sure.
That sounds cool.
You're gonna fly on one of those things for sure.
That'd be fucking dope. See, that sounds cool. I would prefer that.
You're 100%
doing. You're right, because that's gonna be very difficult to control. And
well, that's one of my biggest complaints about Far Cry. I do not want to be driving in first person.
Oh, imagine flying a fucking dragon thing. Could be horrible.
I don't want to do that.
You could be able to do like a twirl thing though. You know, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Be like Horizon. Horizon just did this. When you fly a fucking robot thing. Yeah. Sorry. You guys have had what? What is it? It's July. You've had 6 months or whatever the fuck. All right.
I know you probably didn't buy it. You bought some Elden Ring or something.
That's true. Yeah, you're probably too busy playing Elden Ring, but you can't fly it.
Yeah.
Yeah, couldn't fly. Next up. Well, we'll continue on with Ubisoft. They just did a Skull and Bones live stream. This just happened, right? Am I correct?
I think it was just happening.
That's what we were watching in the beginning of this. Okay. Skull and Bones live stream just happened. We don't know what was announced. Did they announce the release date? Do you know?
I can look up. You just keep talking.
Okay, yeah. Skull and Bones. It's a pirate game. Seems to be some sort of rip off of Assassin's Creed and their mechanics with the ship and stuff like that. I don't know what they're going for. I don't know if this is more of a live service thing. I did see that leaked info trailer from like April, which I'm sure they probably just showed in this live stream thing, which it sounded somewhat cool. Go ahead, Daniel.
What did you say the rumored date was?
November 8th, something like that. 6th? I don't know. Is that it? 8th?
November 8th. They say set sail November 8th.
November 8th. There you go. Which is a Tuesday.
The day before God of War.
Day before God of War.
Guess what, God of War? Be scared.
Be scared. Be scared of Skull and Bones. Well, then this would also lead me to believe, because I believe it was part of the same leak that said November 18th for the Avatar game. So I don't know. Maybe that
was a part of the same thing?
I think so. I think it was part of the same. I read them in the same reset error thread. So maybe not. I don't know. We'll see about that. I guess I don't know why they'd hold off so long on the Avatar release date. Maybe I'd be kind of worried about that. You're going to hold all the way September with that. I guess you could. Maybe it doesn't really matter too much.
I think we need to be in an era of, big show release. We need to just be doing that. We don't need these big.
I wouldn't mind that, right? Like September, and then here's the release date in 2 months. Like, sure, cool, whatever. It's Avatar, anyways. I mean, I wonder how that game's gonna end up selling.
Massive has been working on a game for a while now.
Yeah,
so they probably got a lot to show, I would assume.
Yeah, I know we're kind of circling back to the Forward event, but do you think any hint of the Star Wars game that Massive is working on?
Maybe next year.
Maybe
let them get this game out first.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Maybe then they'll actually have a little bit more to show. Maybe a title, something like that. All
right, cool. Next up then. Rockstar has reportedly halted work on GTA 4 and Red Dead Redemption remasters to possibly focus all their efforts just on GTA 6 now.
In the bin.
What's in the bin?
That's where they threw the remasters?
Love it.
And they're like, fuck it. Or GTA 4, Red Dead, you go in there.
Hello, Nico. Wanna go bowling? No.
That was the best impression I ever heard.
Oh, dear.
Cousin.
What was his name?
Cousin. Wanna go bowling? No.
See, now I like this news, but now I want the remaster. Look what you did.
Oh, never.
GTA 4 is so good,
I've probably told this story so many times, but like, I remember I knew this guy that worked at like CEX, so it's like a pre-owned shop, so you can they sell only pre-owned stuff. And I knew this guy was like proper cool, hip, emo, definitely like Linkin Park guy, and it's like, I know a guy that's getting Grand Theft Auto like a week early. I'm echoing. I know a guy that's getting it early, and I was like, he's like, look, if you wait with me, if you wait with me all day, I'm getting a phone call when he gets it in. So I just waited in the shop all day, and he's like, right,
hanging
I've
out
got
with
it.
this guy.
Honestly, man, he was working as well. And then we straight down to the shop. It was like 5 to 5, so everyone's about to short. And I was like, right, I was going to my dad's house straight after. I was like, straight to my dad's house, like, Dad, I got it early. He's like, right, son, I've got to go to the dentist. I was like, what do you mean got emergency dentist? So we had to wait like 7 hours. Fuming.
What was your dad doing at the dentist or
I
something?
don't know. I just got there. It's like, I need to go to the dentist. You need to come with me. And I'm like, I just got the biggest game.
Let me stay
early.
home.
How old are you at this
GTA.
point? Like what? The 15?
I don't know.
14?
You know what? It's a good point. What year is
That
it?
was
Come on.
2008. Is it 8? Yeah.
How old would I have been then?
I was in
You
high
can't
school.
do that math in your head. I was, what, 12, 13?
No, 29
I was in high
November
school.
2008. So what? I would have been. I was born in 91.
You'd have been in late high school at that point.
14, 13.
That would have been 14 myself.
No, I just said I was 14,
Yeah.
13. You're not.
So how old was
13.
I? About 15. Why was I going to the dentist with my clock?
No, you're
dad?
2 years older than me. You're 2 years older than me. You'd have been 16, 17.
Why wasn't I standing up for myself?
Why did you have to go to the dentist?
Listen, Dad. Yeah.
Go by yourself, Dad.
You flip a cigarette at him? Get the fuck out of here, Dad.
Why? Why?
You beat your dad up.
I don't know.
Go to the fucking dentist with you. All right. Yeah. This is good news though. I like that they're focusing all their efforts on GTA 6. The remasters kind of unnecessary, especially with these two games being backwards compatible on Xbox, and you can play them on PC and wherever.
Got that new update too.
Yeah, you can play these games if you want. It's not like GTA 4 and Red Dead are I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Accessible, inaccessible.
There you
GTA
go.
4
There you
as
go. Daniel
accessible
with
as
the
we
big
think?
words coming in clutch. I love it.
Not a big word.
It's a big word. It's a big word.
Okay.
How
It's too early
accessible
for
is
this.
GTA 4? Is GTA 4 available on
Backwards compat. You can get
On the
pretty much
Xbox,
all of
PS,
their stuff.
PlayStation?
I own it. I don't know if
I
I
own
bought
both
it
of them.
recently, but yeah, I own that.
They're real
I own
cheap.
Red Dead too. Yeah.
Actually, now that you have me thinking about it, they're having a huge backwards compat sale right now. You can buy, like, I think there's hundreds of backwards compatible games, like, really cheap. So if you want Red Dead 1 and GTA 4, I'm sure they're on sale. Xbox right now.
The only thing I find disappointing about this is I've not always. I guess it's only been 4 years, but I've wanted the idea of Red Dead 2 and 1 becoming one game, and then like it flows right into one. That sounds so cool. I would play that in a heartbeat. That would be so fun.
So good.
It would work too because they have almost the entire map of Red Dead 1 is in Red Dead 2, and like all of like Mexico is there. It's just like you can't go there. It's crazy. But they were clearly
That game would be huge.
that would be so big. It'd be the longest game ever. But,
Yeah, so huge.
But what a time that would be, man. I'd love to just spend 2 months playing that. That would be so fun. But maybe someday. Here's what I hope: you make another prequel with 3, and then you do it, and then you bring them all into 3.
What's another prequel?
A prequel to Red
You're gonna
Dead 2?
lead into the Blackwater.
Fuck
mission
yeah,
that they
you're gonna
do?
lead into the Blackwater
Let's
mission that they do. How
That's the
awesome would
big
that fucking
finale.
be?
Yeah.
That'd be so fucking cool. Play
Yeah,
as a Dutch, or maybe I
Ooh,
think there's
he's
like
the main character. Yeah.
yeah. How cool would that be? Oh man, take me
Dude.
back to Red Dead 2. About to go play
Come
that game.
on.
Give me a PS5 version of Red Dead 2 at least. I'll go play that.
Does Marston ever talk about Arthur in the one?
No.
Nah.
Which it kind of sucks, like them retroactively putting Arthur in there, but like he doesn't.
Oh, Chris is wrong. My sister's text me. Oh,
Well, what'd she
watching the
say?
podcast. She's watching it. So she says you would have been 16, nearly 17, depending when it was released.
See, I was
remember
right.
that.
How do I know?
We
what
never
age you-
and we never stood up for ourselves. We know you keep our mouth shut. Yeah, to be fair, my dad's soft as shit now. My grandkids could come in, spit on the floor, and be like, "Oh, isn't that cute?" But if I did that, he'd whoop my ass.
At
Whoop
17.
and then child services would turn up like, "Why'd you whoop his ass?" And be like, "I'll whoop your ass." They're like, "Okay, Mr. Two, no worries. See you later."
You could kick your dad's ass at 17, right?
Nah, my dad was big. My dad's a unit. To be fair, man, you don't fuck
It's
with
weird
my
your
dad.
dad's tall and you're only 5'2". It's weird.
I'm 5'11". Hi, Chris. But yeah.
All right, next up then. The Yu-Gi-Oh creator has passed away, unfortunately.
Sad.
This is
This
all
is
you
sad,
guys.
because
I'm
this is
sorry.
I'm not a
really-
big Yu-Gi-Oh person, but I remember watching the
Shocking.
anime.
Daniel's
I
not a
played
big
some of.
Yu-Gi-Oh person.
Well, it's because Magic's a better game.
Wow.
So I mean,
But-
I'm just reading from the Game Informer, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
butcher his name. So Japanese artist Kazuki Takahashi. Hey, check me out. I'm Japanese. The
That's
creator
great.
behind the mega popular Yu-Gi-Oh manga. So the manga is obviously the books. and he's died at 60. The news comes from reports from a Japanese public broadcaster NHK, as reported by IGN. According to information coming from Japan, Takahashi was found floating. I get really bad anxiety about water. Floating in shallow waters at the coast of Nago City, the island of Okinawa. So, like, obviously, he was found in some snorkeling gear, so he's obviously trying to go,
An
let's
accident.
go see some fish, and yeah, it sucks, man. 60s. I mean, these Japanese people as well, man. They got good health. They eat some healthy greens, man. These Japanese people live a long time as well. So, to the Japanese, like, that's young, but it's sad, man. Like, cause it's sad that anyone dying, but
Yeah, people our age like grew up on Yu-Gi-Oh. Like that was our target to us, right?
I had my cards out the other day. I got my god cards on the wall up there, man. Like,
yeah.
So yeah, rest in peace, man. Thank you for all the memories, man. Thanks for Wingardium of Raw. Thanks for Slifer. And my favorite card, Jinzo, man.
Blue Eyes White Dragon. Come on,
and thank you for all the manga anime titties.
Okay, he didn't create manga anime titties,
Yeah, but he gave him the ideas, so it's fine.
I don't think he did.
I don't know what you two just said, but it sounds great. This guy.
Do you not remember Exodia?
I don't.
The 5 pieces of Exodia.
I've actively hated Yu-Gi-Oh my whole life.
I've got the 5 pieces of
My whole
Exodia.
life.
Where the hell? Let me get my cards.
There's never an ounce of redemption for Yu-Gi-Oh for me. Nothing. Next up, E3 is coming back in 2023 with help from Reed Pop. There'll be a live E3 in LA again this year after a 3-year hiatus. Yeah, you can go in person and stuff. Maybe we'll see until there's another variant of Corona and then it's canceled again.
This is a very interesting thing. It's just happened like right before the show. Like Reed Pop they do PAX and they do a couple other events. So it seems like they're maybe trying to go more PAX and more not media focused, maybe more people focused, which is interesting choice for them. I did see Keeley also. Obviously, he's going to throw out shoot his shot and say Summer Games Fest is going to be back. I don't know why he really needed to do that right now. I don't think there needs to be this back and forth all the time. With
did he tweet?
Yeah.
Oh, did he? Oh man.
He did like where Summer Games Fest is coming back. We're going to be live and we're going to have an in-person show as well. It's like, all right, cool, Jeff. You're going to sit here and try to fight with them.
Someone just needs to sit down with Jeff and go, listen, Jeff. The last one wasn't that great. All right. Sorry, Jeff.
It's a good point. Would have really helped if that last one was great, because maybe more people would actually look at this as the new E3. But I don't feel like people do right now. I just come in swinging.
I just want to educate you, Connor. So this is Exodia.
Nah, do you have all 5?
Yeah, listen, mate. I'll take over the world right now. Okay, don't make me put these bad boys down. All right, okay. So that's Exodia.
Connor,
I'm going to cancel this podcast if you walk me through Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
So Connor, there are 5 pieces. If you get all 5,
I will leave.
If you get all 5 in your hand, you win the game. You just show them and you win.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about Exodia. He's not a good creature. Like, he's not a good card itself, but if you get all 5 pieces, you just
These don't even look fun. They look so boring.
That Connor, the reason why.
Look at that.
Connor, I'm with you. I'm going to tell you.
It doesn't look anything like Pokemon.
Magic the Gathering has better artwork.
I bet it does.
I bet it does. Way better artwork.
Anything.
I'm the winner. I've won.
Yeah, he won.
Yeah, congratulations. You won. What did you win? You didn't win anything. You did nothing. You held up some cards.
Don't be fucking hating on my cards.
I hate them.
I like that you have
Exodia. Sorry. Next up, The Devil in Me will release this autumn. The next Supermassive game in the Dark Pictures series. Releasing this autumn. Got a nice little trailer there. I didn't watch it yet. Yeah, this just broke. Sorry, so this is late news. Yeah, very cool. Releasing this autumn. Kind of wasn't expecting that to release this autumn with the core.
I mean, we were
June.
Iffy.
Yeah,
because they said this year for this game before the Quarry came out. So, very interesting.
They're working hard over there, I guess.
We assume October, which is going to throw more things into October, right? But
at least this, like, I can beat this in a sitting. So
yeah, it's a weekend.
Drop this on Halloween Day. Okay, cool. I can beat.
That's all you need to do. Yeah, Halloween Day.
Yeah,
It looks cool.
very cool. This is like the sort of Saw inspired one, right? That's what
It's like a
trailer's kinda hinting at?
hotel.
A hotel. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's like a hotel, but somebody's
Hotels
killing
are
these
creepy.
people.
Sure.
Yeah.
Shiny. Someone's killing these people. Sure. All right. Cool.
And this is supposed to be the end of season 1, is what they've been saying. So
Yeah. I wonder if they'll all come back together. Ashley Tisdale going to make an appearance in this?
no, the actress that played the boat driver in Man of Medan is in this, but it's not. Doesn't look like the same character. No one else is the same.
Interesting.
Yeah, at least I don't think she's the same character. Everyone else is different, so who knows?
Cool. I'm really looking forward to that. Sims, what are you eating? You can just hold it up. You don't got to
I
talk.
want you to bring these on, man.
I have no idea what that is.
They're called minstrels.
Minstrels.
I don't like that name.
Oh,
They have
yeah,
weird
it's a bit
names.
weird.
Sounds like a medical issue.
Huh. Yeah, man.
They look kind of good though.
Oh, is this the Whopper type of thing?
No, wasn't that something else?
That's Maltesers.
Oh,
What's in the
that's right.
middle
That's
there?
right. It's like an M&M.
Yeah, it's like a giant M&M.
It's like a bad
it's
version
like-
of M&M.
It's like have you got Galaxy chocolate over there?
No, I don't think so.
So this is like
I don't think so.
like a different brand. We have like Nestle chocolate. I don't know who
Mhm.
makes this though. Anyway, carry on.
All right, cool. Well, we will now move on to what we've been playing. Who wants to start?
I will.
You
I've
go-
only
you
been
go,
playing
I'm
one
gonna-
thing really. Persona 5 bounced back after beating Neon White. So I finally completed Futaba's palace. I'm like in that kind of thank you. Work my way through. She is officially like joined the group now. She's the hacker. She always rocking headphones. She's always just walking around with headphones like this. Just like
Hate those
this.
people.
Just doing this all the time. And I'm kind of in that in between stage of like doing some day-to-day stuff before we get to like ramping into the next palace. I'm not sure how many more palaces I have. I probably
that's
could look
good.
that up.
Probably two.
No, I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this game's awesome. There was they go to like the beach because they're still in the summer, and just the whole stuff with Futaba and kind of telling her story with her mom and stuff on the beach was just really good. This game just keeps getting better. I just wish it wasn't as long. There's just some of these days could just be cut. They don't really
Yeah.
need to.
And those in between stages should have been shorter.
Yeah, I think so too.
Cool.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just more Persona. I haven't had a lot of time. Not a lot of gaming time. Not as much as I would normally have. So
Good time for it, at least. I mean, we're in a down period, so.
what about you? Or Sims, you
Uh,
wanted to go next?
No,
Yeah,
you
go
two
ahead.
go. I got a lot to say.
Oh, okay.
What have I been playing? Let me see. Where did I start? So I kind of went on a journey over the last weekend. I was playing a bunch of shit.
Okay.
Yeah. So I started off playing Final Fantasy VII. I know I talked about that a little bit last week. The OG Final Fantasy VII. I hate that game. I'm not playing it. I deleted it. I'm not doing it anymore. I can't. I'm just gonna look up the story. All right. I'm just gonna watch a YouTube video. All right. I'm done playing that game. Then I moved on. I was like, okay, I want to play something like older here, you know. So I downloaded Majora's Mask on Switch. Hate that game as well. Controls like shit. Deleted it immediately. I can't.
Ocarina of
do
Time's
it.
so much better.
Huh?
Ocarina of Time's the way to go.
Don't think
They're both
control
great
exactly the
games.
same.
Yeah, you just a fucking idiot. So.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. There's no good game made before the year 2000, so you know, whatever. I should
That
expect
game came out in 2000.
Okay, well, all right, there you go. Whatever. I mean, they play like shit. Like, do you guys seriously play Majora's Mask in Ocarina of Time and like, oh, this controls
On the
really
3DS.
well?
I played the 3DS versions last year.
Maybe the 3DS version is better.
I
but,
played
like,
the
don't know.
3DS version.
Not really. There's not another joystick.
And then, so I go on PlayStation. I'm looking through the PS Plus shit, the premium stuff. I download Ape Escape, and I'm like, okay, cool. I used to like Ape Escape. Fuck around with that. Deleted that immediately. Controls like
Are
shit.
you? I have a question.
Yeah.
Are you learning what I tell you all the time? Don't replay old games.
No, I mean,
what
Okay.
noise was that?
look, if they're old and they're like, you know, good, then fine. But you know, I don't know. It's just anything before 2005, I'm moving it up now. Plays like
You're
shit.
just it's gonna
Plays like
keep
shit. I'm
moving.
gonna keep moving it up. It's just I don't know. Old games suck, man. That whole era is horrible. Like they were good for their time. I get it, but man, it's like PS1, N64 era. These 3D games, they just all play like ass, and it's just like, oh my god, how did people put up with this shit? I don't get it.
They didn't know any better.
We didn't know
So
any
then
better.
I'm like, okay, Nintendo subscription service failed me. PlayStation subscription service failed me. Let's go to Game Pass, see what they got. I
You got
downloaded a
Game
couple
Pass?
different things. Nothing was clicking, but then I had one downloaded that is clicking now, and that is Yakuza Like a Dragon, which is very odd that it's clicking for me because I know I talk about how much I hate turn-based all the time. Still hate turn-based, but I do like this game. I don't know why it's working for me so well, but I don't know. The combat's actually
Join
really
the family.
interesting and fun. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with the turn-based combat. I don't know why. I think it helps that you can move constantly in the turn-based combat and stuff. And I don't know. They
It
do a
feels
lot of
fresh
different
for
stuff.
turn-based.
Definitely, it feels fresh, and I'm into it. And there are exceptions to my turn-based rule, right? Like I really like South Park: Stick of Truth,
Final
Pokemon
Fantasy VII
games. I mean, I
Remake.
play every new, well, that's not really turn-based.
It's partial.
I wouldn't even call it partial. I don't know. I
You can
guess a
stop
little bit.
time.
I see where
and
you're
do
saying.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. So there are exceptions to the rule, and yeah, I don't know. I got really into the story because Like a Dragon. It's really fucking good. There's like
Yes, it
some
is.
really dramatic parts that really draw you in, and then Ichiban, hilarious character. He's fucking awesome. So yeah, I end up getting really into that. But then what I did, Daniel, you'll like this. I downloaded Yakuza 0 because I'm like, what if I like Yakuza now? You know, what if I'm just like super into Yakuza? So I download that. Not into it. Not into Yakuza 0. Sorry. I don't mean to disappoint you. But yeah, I don't know. 0 was just not working for me. I guess I just didn't like the combat in that, you know, which is weird because it is just like a beat 'em up. It feels a lot like a fighting game. It wasn't bad by any means, but I just wasn't
The
enjoying it as
key,
much as I
I
was
will
with
say,
7.
put it on easy and just beat everything up.
Is that the key?
Get through the
Okay.
story. Get through the story. Yeah.
I also, it doesn't help that one doesn't have English voiceovers, which I am using in Yakuza Like
It's
a Dragon.
only 6 and 7.
I think I read Kiwami, the remake of the first one, has it as well, and the second one maybe.
Oh, I mean, I played Kiwami 1 and 2. I played everything, and none of it had it. Or at least
Yeah.
I didn't.
Maybe I'm
change
wrong.
it.
I don't know. Yeah.
Or, wait. No, I think OG 1 for sure did back in the day.
They
and
had
then-
English dub.
Actually, no. 6 doesn't have it either. It's only 7's the new one. They were
Is it
doing
only
it.
7? Okay.
Judgment. Both Judgments do.
Oh, both Judgments do. Yeah, maybe that's.
And
I could
7
get past that. Like that's not that big a deal to me. I would just prefer an English dub, just so I don't have
I
to
do too.
constantly read. But yeah, but yeah, I don't know. It just 0 wasn't working for me as much as Yakuza Like a Dragon was. So I got a couple chapters into Yakuza 0, and then I was just like, you know what? Let's just go back to 7 because I was really enjoying my time with that, and not so much with this. Although I did.
0
like
has my
the
favorite
setup of
story.
0. Yeah. I mean,
It's
there
my
were some
favorite
really
story
cool
of the whole
parts in
thing.
those first couple chapters too. I'm sure it's very good, but yeah. So I just ended up going back to 7. I'm on chapter 4 now.
I
Like
think
a
it's
Dragon.
4 when it real opens up, right?
Yeah, kind of. You get out of the
When you get
the hobo garbage place. And,
and
yeah.
you're just the whole city.
Yeah. So it's kind of just starting to open up for me. I'm looking forward to diving into it more this weekend. But yeah, surprisingly, I'm really enjoying Like a Dragon.
I will tell you, because I didn't really end up doing it. There is a hidden character you don't have to get. It has to do with that job that you can go do. Like you run
Cans?
that. The what?
The cans.
No. Maybe you haven't got there. There's like the stock market job you could do. You can run that business.
Okay. Yeah, with
The lady that's there.
you
I
can
forget
get her
her
as like a
name.
character.
You
in
can
your
get
party
her
and
as a
stuff.
character. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
You
Yeah,
have to,
it's
like,
really
get to a
good thus
certain
far, man. The story is like shockingly good. I'm like really into it. What I like about it is, I know I finally got around to it. Everyone just always talks about how good an RPG it is. I'm like, I gotta check this out at some point. And, yeah, finally, yeah.
The
Really
job
enjoy it.
system's interesting. If you stick with like one or whatever, that makes sense. Like if you change, you can get certain moves from the jobs that will stay no matter what you do.
Oh, like those special moves, yeah.
There's like I forget. There's like a thing it'll tell you, but it'll be like a permanent unlock. You can always do this move even if you change your job. So maybe try to get some of those if you like them or whatever.
I'm gonna mess around with it. I mean, we got plenty of time here before new stuff starts coming out, really. So besides like Stray and stuff, but I'm sure
That's like a 40-hour game.
Yeah, it's so I'm gonna take my time with this game. Hopefully, just beat it throughout the summer at some point.
Yeah.
That's all I've been playing though. Sims.
Hello, how are you? My name is Sims. I am.
Apparently, you have a lot to say, right?
Right, where do we want to start? Should we do Cyberpunk review?
Up to you. Yeah.
Okay. Right, we got 20 minutes. Right, Cyberpunk in review from Mr. Stephen Michael Darren Sims. That's my full name. You now know.
Michael Darren.
Michael Darren.
Michael Darren.
He has two middle names, apparently.
I don't know. My dad like, I don't know. For some reason, he just apparently that's a weird thing. But like, my brothers have two. My kids now have two. But I don't know why. Like, well, people.
You had to continue the tradition.
Apparently, I thought it was normal, but it wasn't.
No.
Right.
That's
So
just Matthew.
So what was it? December 10th, 2020. Cyberpunk was released, right?
Correct.
Come out. Shitload of problems. Off bake.
Great
Should have
game.
been delayed.
91 on Metacritic.
Great game at launch.
I feel like you're ruining my review.
Keep going.
So
You've had 2 years,
obviously, in all seriousness, the game came out in 2020. Came out to I picked it up just after Christmas. I wanted to play Miles first, etc. I couldn't get on with the game, like not because I wasn't enjoying it, but it was confusing at the time. Like I couldn't seem to understand how the game wanted me to play the game. I like to dive into side quests, etc. But I know there was a lot of weird stuff all over the map. The game just crashed every time I would start the game would crash. Like I would wait for the crash. So there's the problem. So I put it down, and I was like, right, I'm gonna wait until the next gen. So I picked it up in the next gen. And it was a journey. It was definitely an RPG. That's really annoying me, that advert. It was a journey. It was Keanu Reeves. It was a lot of
He was there.
a lot of corruption, like a lot of stuff happening.
Osaka.
Yeah. Kawasaka? Yeah, Kawasaka.
Arasaka.
Kawasaka. Who's Kawasaka?
Arasaka. It's
Why
the
was
name
it?
of the corporation.
You got a really good memory, you know that?
Yeah.
Because I forgot. I played
Your
it.
in-game detail memory is fucking fascinating.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do it.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's good. That's why we keep you about. Memory.
That's the
Oh,
reason.
why has that made that noise? So, I've been on and on about it all week. Like, I played it for a month. I did everything. But I think I did everything as well. Every except for the side business that didn't really possibly do anything for the story. Kind of just like something to do. I did all the NCPD. The quests were great. The world was. I just don't think it's that good. I can't. After playing it all the way through, giving it all the shit that I gave it, I wasn't blown away. Like nothing. I kept playing it because I was kind of just invested in the world. Like I was just like I was invested, but I was just like putting it. After I'd finished it, I watched about 4 endings, Googled a few. I think there's like 6 or 7 endings, and like the end. It ended. Pretty much the same way every time. So
My ending was wild. I think I had like a good ending. My ending was crazy.
but
I became like a space thief or something.
Steve.
a space.
Did you see that ending,
What
Connor?
did you do?
I don't remember. I don't even remember.
I was doing like a space heist in like an astronaut.
Oh no,
outfit.
I do kind of remember this. Were you in like a little
Yeah.
tube in space or whatever? You were in one of those.
I
space
had like a whole suit on, and then like I didn't get to play any of it, but like I was doing like a mission, a big old.
Sims, how
mission
did you
team.
get to this point? Because you've been talking about this like the last month, and you sounded like you were enjoying your time quite a bit.
Oh, don't get me wrong. Like, I think it's a good game. I just don't think it's the level of like. It's not. It's not.
It
on,
didn't
like,
deserve this. Hey, this is the next big thing hype.
Yeah,
right?
and it's like especially after Witcher, like after it's never going to be on like top 20 game of all time type thing. Like it's not in that level of like.
It's not The Witcher 3.
Exactly, and it was the highlights of it was the river quests. Like it didn't get that was as high as the game got. And then, you know, it was all like, I know it's all like cyberpunky, like Johnny Silverhand was like, no, I'll take over your body. And I was like, what? Like, why? Like, all of a sudden this new rule was like put in place of like, all of a sudden, like, he's got these pills that he could take over my body. And then, when I was being Johnny, I could hear V's voice. And I was like, well, why am I not hearing Keanu's voice? It was kind of a mix of both. I was like, just let Keanu act, let him have this scene with Rose.
It's still your body.
But I get that, but why is he not? I'd rather just hear. I don't know. I'm trying not to like be the guy I was a year ago of like, oh, I'm just shitting on it to shit on it. But I've played it now, and I think.
I mean, not every game's gonna. I mean, not every game's gonna be for everyone.
No, of course not.
You know,
I just think you're coming from a level of 4 years of like 5-6 years or whatever. It was like, oh, game of the year, like game of E3 for like 3 years in a row. Do you know what I mean? So like that becomes a hype cycle of like, and then all of a sudden it's like, look at this, it's going to be a really interactive, like, blah 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 world. I finished it, I did all the missions, did all the NCPDs, and like the driving was bad. Like,
I don't know about that.
But you didn't even play that. You've not even played the next gen, so that was already bad driving. Yeah. So this was supposed to be better driving, and I was still having a bad time with it. Like, and I enjoy.
Yeah, I don't remember the driving ever being great, but you never have to use it for like purposes where it would need to be good.
I mean, there's a side quest that you race, but it's not like difficult.
I just think there was like so many opportunities where they could have made it. Like Grand Theft Auto was such a good mission structure. You'd have a shooting mission, a sneaking mission, or a driving mission, or like the first the first 5 hours of the game, you were doing like someone was driving and you were like shooting outside the car. I was like, oh, this is all right. But then after thinking, someone dies in it, the game kind of just collapses on itself, and you're doing all these like missions on foot, go over there, beat them up. And there's some of the missions were just literally just just talking for talking's sake, with no real big stakes behind it. Like, it was just
building out the world.
I get it, but it was just, by the end of it, it was all just like, oh, if he's dying, what are you gonna do about it? And I'm just like, and don't get me wrong, like some of the endings were great. Like I think if you're Panam's boyfriend or whatever, and you go with all the nomads, I don't know if you witnessed. Did you ever witness Soul's death from this big bad guy that didn't really have? He killed Johnny Silverhand, but there was no like. He was never ever a threat ever after that until the end. It was like, oh, let's kill him again. Like, he could have been the bad guys weren't necessarily the bad guys. It was just like there was no real.
I mean, it was the whole corporation.
Yeah, but the corporation wasn't really threatening. Yeah, you were just wanted to like there weren't. Do you know what I mean there wasn't no mid like level mid like end of Act 2? What's the big machine guy? He's come back and he's like, I don't know, maybe he's killed
Smasher or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe he could have killed, I don't know, he could have killed Rogue at that point. And then it become real personal, and then that would have lent it just, I don't know, really just wasn't the best storytelling, and I don't know. It just it was alright. 6 out of 10. Like, it's a 6 out of 10 for me. I played a month of it, I platinumed it, trophies were a bit shit, like
I can't believe you put how many hours into this?
I had a good time. Don't get me wrong. I don't
know if I've ever put like over like an hour into like a 6 out of 10.
But no, because it was just looking
Majora's Mask just tried that, 4 out of 10.
I've played Fallout, I played Witcher, I played Grand Theft Auto, I played all these massive RPGs where there's Mass Effect trilogy last year, like 10 out of 10 experience. But this one was just like, there was no difference in mission structure. There was no exciting story beats until I think the most exciting part is was his friend died, and then I don't know, the side quest, the easy missable river side quest that if you missed it, you didn't get that.
I mean, to be fair, that's what a side quest is. It's missable.
But that was as high as the story ever got.
Yeah, and then the best part was the 3 main side characters and going on their journey and learning more about their stories and stuff. I don't even remember the main story, to be honest. So yeah, it doesn't stick out of my head either.
But yeah, I don't know, a 6 out of 10. But that's comparing it to all these other experiences I've had.
I mean, that feels unfair to the game, but
I mean, for me and my experience for the whole month, like I played it, I enjoyed it. but like I'm not gonna sit here and say, "Oh, one of the greatest times I ever had in my life." It was just like I played a game and I had a good time with it. I don't know. I want to be more happy about it, but I'm not. Like I just think, oh, it was alright.
I mean, it doesn't have to
It's
be
just so
for
much
you.
hype, and I'm just like, is that it? Do you know what I mean? It's like watching Summer Games Fest the other day. Is that it?
That's it. Sound
Anyway,
mate. Do we think Sims 6 out of 10 is going to bring down the 91 on Metacritic?
100%. Damn.
Might be a 90 now. Shit.
I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. A technical masterpiece, yeah. Technically, yeah. The city looks great. Like I had a few little bugs, like nothing crazy. It crashed a few times, and a crash always feels like the end of the world. Like a crash will always happen at the worst possible time, no matter what.
No matter what.
So
Getting an arm pan.
technically, yeah, like 10, 9 out of 10. Like technically, the game, especially like you just their vision.
Give it a
you can
9
see
out
it.
of 10 technically.
For a technical aspect of the
when
video
the
game,
technical part is the worst part of the game.
but as a whole, yeah, but it's not like the way that
Maybe not now.
No, of course not. But their vision was like
The
they
combat.
see
You like
what-
the combat?
I just punched everyone with my gorilla arm.
See, because like you're comparing it so much to Fallout and Skyrim and those games and stuff like that, and I get the comparison, but it is leagues better in combat. And I love Skyrim, I love Fallout. You guys know how much I love those games. It was leagues better combat wise than those games.
So much more you can do.
I ended up punching everyone.
Even
in the
like
head.
Outer Worlds, which just came out in 2019, is leagues better in combat than that game.
Just that, and then
Feels
obviously,
good
'cause
to
I know we got to wrap. So like if you don't, I don't know, if you don't like what I say, I'm. It's just a toxic.
I like what you
I-
have to say.
My tweet
like that
was like
you-
how my tweet. I wrote, I've been in a toxic relationship with this, and it's finally over. Like, and it felt like that. I felt like it was like the end of it. I was like, I've done it, and I still don't know how. I still didn't know how I felt. Like, I've been thinking about it all the past couple of days. I don't know. Like,
You don't force yourself to think that you should like it. If you don't
no,
like it, you
I'm
don't
just
like
trying
it.
to think. How do I think about it? Because I was like, I don't think it's the greatest thing ever. Like, but The Witcher was like, I don't know.
Did
Anyway,
you still have those expectations though going into it? Because you played it a year and a half later after this game has been shit on constantly since it came out. So like, there's no way you had those same expectations.
my expectations were low
before it
anyway. Yeah,
released.
my expectations were so low, and I wanted them to come up higher. And my expectations, it peaked at like River, and I was like, oh, hopefully the game stays here. And it just I don't know. It got to the end, and like every scene ended in like third person looking at V or Johnny, and I was like, oh, why was there not more of that in the cutscenes? Do you know what I mean? Like maybe direct them cutscenes like better, where like you see V and Johnny talking to each other. I don't know. Maybe that's a first person problem for Steve, but yeah, very quickly, because I know we need to go. So like I listened to Reggie's book. Did it in like a week. I did it in like 4 days. Fucking what a quality, incredible human being. Like from everything he touches, like he took you on a journey of his life of like growing up in the Bronx. Like his mom like defended him. Like he got robbed. His mom went down to these two like little gangsters. He was like, "Listen, kids, I want this money back," and they ran off to their like big gang man. You know what I mean? And she was like, "I want that money back." So he was brought up on values of like, you stick up for yourself. And it come back to like him working at all these different like sales. He was always worked in like sales and marketing of like everything he did was like he was so good at, and like he listened and learned lessons and etc. etc. But as he got to Nintendo, and like he was one of the stories that really stuck out is like he applied for the job at Nintendo, and before he took it, it was like, I want to speak to Iwata. And everyone was like, no one talks to Iwata. And it was like, well, why not? So we ended up having a conference call, and like it was like, what's your plans? Because Nintendo was like, I think they were GameCube wasn't selling as much as it should have. And like, he just had the balls, and he built that relationship with Mr. Iwata. Like, even I'm like Mr. Iwata now because I've listened to this book so many times. Like, but yeah, if anything I took from the book, like Reggie don't take no for an answer, because the amount of things that like Iwata and Miyamoto were like trying to like, especially with like the 3DS prize that first announced, It was like, the 3DS came out at a stupid price, and he was like, you don't want to do that. They did it anyway, and then 6 months later, they were like, oh, we're dropping the price down, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I know that happened in my lifetime. And then when they released the Wii, he was like, we should let's give Wii Sports for free. And Miyamoto was like, we don't give away software ever. And like, look at what happened now. But just to put a bell on it, like, especially with the direction I want to go in my life, I want to go into like sales, partially marketing, whatever. I'm so inspired. Like, as daft as that sounds, like I feel like I could do that myself, like, with the gift of the gab. Like, all he had was the gift of the gab. Like, he just wanted to make sure that he was aiming for the right people, talking to the right people. Like, he knew what Nintendo wanted to do with the Wii. He knew, exactly what to do with his first E3 conference, like kicking ass, taking names, and even to the finer details of like, he was like, I'm about making games. But at last minute, they were like, that doesn't sound right, and they changed it to we are about making games. Like, the book, if you get 5 minutes, like, listen to the book, it's 8 hours of your life, and then there's even like a bonus E3. There's a bonus interview with Jeff Keighley, and they're not even interviewing, they're just chatting, just having a great time.
Does he, in the book, talk about the Twilight Princess reveal? I will always remember him revealing that game and how the crowd goes nuts at E3. Like,
he talks about one where Miyamoto comes out as Zelda. He comes out with a sword.
Yeah, which one was that? Because that wasn't Twilight Princess. He revealed Twilight Princess.
2004. No, 2004 was his first one.
Yeah, that was Twilight
then
Princess.
The game didn't come out until like
pretty sure.
2006, did it? So. That's what they were saying. But no, yeah, I mean, Wind Waker was great. Like, no, sorry. It was just talking about how Wii U failed, and like, they were like, right, how do we make this better for the Switch? And then like talking about how he retired. Like, but the main things that you take away from it is like, him and Iwata argued over everything, and in the end, I think there was something to do with I know you want to go, Connor, the E3 conference. Like, there was one for the retailers and one for the consumers, and there was Twilight Princess at the end, and then Wii Sports, one or the other, and he was like, you don't want to switch them around because people want to play Zelda. That's what people want. And then a week later, Iwata phoned him. Is like, you need to come. We're coming over to you. And he was like, I'm getting sacked. And he sat him down. And he's like, promotion. Because Iwata was like, you're right. I don't know. It's emotional. And talked about him dying.
It's different mindsets, right? It's Eastern versus the Western mindset.
Yeah, 100%. And he was just like, yeah, Reggie's incredible. Like, incredible human being. Like, if you get 8 hours, Audible, especially right now, I think there's a deal over in America. You can get Audible for free for 3 months. So, like, if you're,
it's just there. You don't buy the book as well.
You get the Audible for 3 months. You get 1 token a month. The 1 token coming for Reggie.
Oh, okay.
It's just readable. It's just a great listen. Like, him growing through different companies, learning about food, working for Pizza Hut, working for, working for bike companies, getting told he's too positive.
Was it his idea to put the cheese in the crust?
No, his idea was he did.
I could only imagine Reggie.
There was a pizza, like a big mega. I forgot what it was called now. Megafoot or something daft like that.
That way, people want to eat the crust.
There was a pizza.
Daniel, you work at a pizza shop.
There was a pizza that he made.
The crust.
There was a pizza that he made, and it was working. And he was like, right, this is selling.
You never thought about it?
And then, because the prices, something happened, they had to change the ingredients. So we had to cut the art. It doesn't matter. But, like, yeah, incredible. And I'm playing Bugsnax, which is delightful.
You're playing Bugs? Oh, I kind of want to focus on that. We're out of time, though. Guys, that has been the Nerd Gods Podcast, episode 126. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe to us over at youtube.com/nerdgods. You can also find us on all audio platforms. Guys, anything else you want to say?
Be good to one another.
Don't eat yellow snow.
It's
summertime.
I tell my kids that every morning before school in front of parents.
Don't eat yellow snow. All right. Don't let people piss in your mouth either. All right. See you guys.
Bye, everybody.